Sandra, absolutely. Conversations heard on Metro North are definitely, um, both inspirational and horrifying. Okay, I'm gonna copy that. Um, what is your first name, if you don't mind? Suzanne, okay, great, thank you. Excuse me. I'm thinking we might be having a small group here today, but we'll give people just one more minute. Kathleen, can you put your, Substack link, the link to your Substack in? Syra, can you do that? Yeah, see it now, Kathleen. Okay. Well, I don't want people, those of you who have joined, to have to wait much longer for the bounty that you're about to receive, so I'll get started. I'm Sheri Handel, author of the Bite-Sized Storytelling Boost Substack and creator of the Notes2Post system of storytelling on Substack and beyond. So, just a little bit of an introduction to me since we're an intimate group. Um, I've taught or made my living by writing for a long time, starting at Columbia University. Um, and a quick but fun fact about me is that I had applied to Columbia University for grad school and didn't make it in. But a few years later, they ended up hiring me to teach there. So go figure. Um, so I've taught um, and written instructional material, did learning design for many years in both corporate and higher education. The last people I worked for were McKinsey and Company. I worked in their learning division. And one of my favorite things about doing that was working with subject matter experts, um, interviewing them in order to capture their knowledge and convert that into dynamic, interactive training. So, one of the things I frequently talk about is how listening is a really important skill. Silence is an art. And I believe that silence is my superpower. Sometimes I could be a little bit too silent, but it does really work to your advantage. Um, do you guys have superpowers? Do you want to share your superpowers? Kathleen, what's your superpower? I know you have at least one. Syra, Sandra, Suzanne, what about your superpower? Come on, guys. Yeah, Kathleen, I would agree with that. Yeah, Suzanne, that's a good one. Wonderful. Okay. Um, so after leaving McKinsey and Company, I made a decision to write full time. And that was really, it took me a few years, to be honest with you, to fully commit to that. But I was looking for agency and focus. And that's what I try to do with my Substack is give other people agency and focus with their writing. So for the past year, I've been building a system that and set of tools to help writers boost their storytelling powers. And that's some of what I want to share with you today. Um, it's called the Notes2Post system, and it's based on a process that saves you time and provides the tools to plan, polish, and publish your work. 3 images, 3 notes lay the foundation for your weekly long form story. Uh, So, the foundation of this system is grounded in imagery, a memory vault of images that you build to help brainstorm, illustrate, or build your stories. And I want to repeat those 3 words: brainstorm, illustrate, or build your stories, because those are very different ways that you can use images and create your stories. The other way to look at this system is, maybe we're back planning from your long form story that you'll write more toward the end of the week. But this is how you can get there without a drain on your internal system. So the methodology is this: each week you start with 1 image and 1 note based on that image. You post 2 other notes on related topics, but on the same theme. So think cooking and how baking is a sub part of cooking, and dessert is within that umbrella as well. And you go dig further down and you go to pies. And then maybe you could go to cream pies. But as long as your images evoke topics that are related and will add up to that cooking theme at the end of the week, then it's pretty achievable, I should say. So, any questions so far? And am I going too fast or too slow? I tend to go a little bit slowly, maybe from my old teaching days. But all right, let's pop into hi, Haru. Let's pop into the topic of tools and work products. So, the main goal of this system is to provide the handrails for creativity. By starting with images, building notes around them, and then a longer form story based on those images and those notes, you're boosting your creativity and using guiding questions and checklists to achieve your personal writing goals. So these are the components of the system. And again, the 3 notes and the story are the um, work products, if you will. All right. So, how can you learn the system? So, there's a few different ways. I mean, I post notes about it all the time. I post a weekly story, how to, but there's also workshop, course, checklists, and coaching that are available to you. Um, I do want to put this link in here, so give me 1 second. Getting all savvy with the live tools here. All right, so this is a link to, it's also, this link is on my Substack, but just for relevancy, I'll put it here. And this lists all of these workshop, course, the worksheets, and coaching system. Okay. Um, do you guys have any questions for me? I'd like to stop and see if you have any questions. Kathleen, which 3 things? How you could learn? So there's a workshop coming up on Tuesday. Oh, brainstorm, brainstorm, illustrate, and build. So let me dive in there a little bit. Um, if you're starting off the week, and my week usually starts out on Sunday, and you are not sure what you want to write about, either you have too much, too many ideas, or not a single idea, no ideas. So that's brainstorming. You might go into your photo library and select an image. And I write memoir, but I also write creative nonfiction and essays. I write a lot about sense of place. I write about New York. I write about the parks. I write about the subway. So, in my last year of commuting to McKinsey, I took hundreds of pictures in the subway from all different angles, all different perspectives. And I've used those for stories that are not even necessarily about the subway. But again, your photo library is your memory vault, and your memory of that one image might bring up a whole lot of other thoughts. Um, Illustrating is when you start off the week and you know there's something that you want to write about. Um, for example, I next week is the anniversary of my mother's passing, so I will most probably write a story about her, and I'll go into my photo library and find 3 of thousands of images that I have of my mom, and that will help me illustrate the topic. And then building a topic is kind of an interesting one. Um, if you have the opportunity to go to my Substack and look at the essay, The Fur Ladies, um, during the pandemic, I did a lot of walking and a lot of shooting of photos. And just by circumstance, I started with one. I started with one woman that I was behind, walking through the theater district, and she was wearing like a taffeta dress, um, and a fur coat and a beautiful hat, like with a bow on it. And on her leg, she had a boot that you might wear if you had broken, um, strained your ankle or broken your foot or whatever. So I took a picture of her from behind. And I do have a whole series of images called Life from Behind. Um, and then within months, there were two other women, each wearing a fur coat. One I spotted on Fifth Avenue when I was walking downtown on Fifth Avenue to go to an art exhibit. Um, she was wearing a full length fur coat, waiting for the bus, and she just struck me as something so fascinating. And the third fur lady, was on one of the longer blocks going crosstown in my neighborhood, and she was wearing a fur coat. She also had a very pretty hat on, and she was pushing a walker, a rollator, and she had her shopping bags hanging over the side. So all these three ladies really fascinated me visually, just visually. And I took their pictures and I put them away for a few years. And then when I decided, I was looking through my memory vault, my repository of images, my photo library, and I saw this image of the first fur lady. And I decided, well, here I have 3 images of ladies in fur coats. I'm going to write about them. I started with simple description of what I saw, and the essay at the end of the day, at the end of the week, the essay ended up being about that period of time in New York. So I was just the photos were like a tool to get there. Um, does that kind of walk you through the differences between brainstorm, illustrate, and build? Does anybody have any questions about those? Sandra, Suzanne, any questions? Okay. Um, how many of you are open to the idea of working with images like this? I'm not going to like write your name down or anything. I'm just curious. It- Again, it's a tool, and I don't ever think that the photos, except for their incredible usefulness as a writing tool, are more important than the writing itself. It's a way to get to um, the topics for the 3 notes and the essay or story for the week. Yeah, and Kathleen, you can use images from any point in your life. I mean, I take pictures every single day. Um, and I just, I go through them at the end of the week. I trash those that won't be useful. And I tag and title those that I think will be useful. And that's what the course is for. And that's what the um, workshop is for. The workshop on Tuesday is about the memory vault and using that to create a note. Um, it's a 90-minute workshop. And what we're going to do is, start with an image and come out at the end of we're going to learn how to categorize images and then come out at the end of the workshop, hopefully with a draft of a note, if not a complete note. And I think an example I would like to share um, with you is just like the fur ladies um, who whose images I took from behind them. Um, I do a lot of this, and it's really just to get a different perspective. But a couple of months ago, I was walking um, on Riverside Drive, and that's right above Riverside Park. And these 2 men were coming toward me. One had a hat was wearing a hat, and the other guy had a hat in his hand. And there was just something about these 2 men that really intrigued me. So I looked at them and I just started slowing down a little bit. And then when they passed me, I turned around and I took a picture of them. And I put the photo went into the memory vault. I didn't do anything with it for maybe about a week. And then I was looking at it and looking at it, and it started reminding me of all of the people that I have walked in that same area with. So there was my mother, there was my friend Lila, who passed last year, um, and my kids, um, who have been going to that park since before they were born, that kind of thing. And it became that one picture of those 2 men walking away from me became the impetus for a story about sense of place. Wasn't about them at all, but it just made something click. And that's what I hope will come across. is that the photos are tools, and, I could write without them, I think, um, but it's analogous to taking either, audio notes on your phone while you're walking, or typing out, notes when you, um, have a little thought when you're reading a book, or listening to a podcast. Your notes on your phone or on your computer are an incredible tool to use in a very analogous way to this. Just so I'll share a couple of other quick pieces of inspiration, and hope that this is something that you could work with yourselves. But just in terms of photos or written notes or recorded notes, it doesn't really matter. You know, that what matters is that through this system of notes to post, you can really save time during your week, because what I do is on Sunday, I step into my memory vault and go into my photos library, and I select the theme for the week and the images I want to use. I might write a note on Sunday, but by Tuesday, I will have written 3 notes on a related theme, and then by Wednesday, I will have an essay or a story. So at this point, I want to stop talking, and see if you guys would like to share um, how you guys brainstorm for your weekly topics. Anybody want to volunteer? Like, do you use notes on your phone? Do you use Notion? Notepad? You have do you write by hand? I'm really bad at writing by hand, but I do it. Sandra, this is for you in particular. Do you ever take note of conversations that you overhear? And Kathleen, I want to comment on your comment. Sandra, you said, listening is your superpower. I was wondering if you ever overhear any conversations and take notes of them. It's okay if you don't. Um, I find that to be something very similar to hearing something on a podcast and making a note of it. Yeah, I know, Kathleen, and I could see that you have so many ideas, because you write about different stuff every day. It's all related, though, right? Totally all related. Ah, so you do, Sandra, take note of conversations. Okay. Well, we'll have to talk offline. I'm just curious about that. Um, have you ever written a story based on I'm not going offline, I'm going direct here. Sandra, do you ever have you ever written a story based on a conversation you've overheard? Kathleen, I think it's whatever works best. And the system, um, which is explained in more detail in the course and in some of the other materials, the system is adaptable, but I don't think if you're the kind of writer who thrives on spontaneity, then you should keep doing that. But if you take more pictures and if you start organizing them in your photo library, that doesn't preclude being spontaneous, and being inspired by something, some photograph that you took and you remember it, and then you go ahead and you write something about healing, for example, based on that, or, um, if you have a picture from some place that you went to in your past and you wanna compare that to, um, your property now, Kathleen. There's all kinds of things that images can help you with. Yes, Sandra, absolutely. Conversations heard on Metro North are definitely, um, both inspirational and horrifying. Okay, I'm gonna copy that. I'm taking a I'm gonna save Sandra's story from the Metro North there. Nicholas, thanks for joining. We're actually just about to end. I'm sorry, but, I'll get the recording up, by tomorrow morning latest, and, we have a couple of minutes before I close. Anybody with, any final comments or questions? Sandra, thank you so much for sharing that. Nicholas, if you wanna put your, the link to your Substack in real quickly. We've got 1 minute before I'm gonna end the live, and if you scroll up, you can capture stuff. Yeah, it'll absolutely work for podcasts, um, and I'll let you know about that moving forward. You're welcome, Sandra. Check out the link that I put in here. I'll put it in again just in case you wanna see, um, what the course is all about and the other materials that are available to you. Thanks so much. Have a good rest of your day, everybody. I really enjoyed being with you. Bye.